Hey guys, I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we're going to be talking 3 tips on how to lose weight through intermittent fasting. So just to give you like a little background on how I even came across intermittent fasting and how it pretty much has changed my life. About 3 years ago, I was having huge gut issues, and by huge, I mean I was having pains in different quadrants. I felt like my food wasn't digesting. Like literally, I would eat meat or eat something, and 6 hours later, I still felt it like in my stomach. I had indigestion, I had heartburn, bloating, like felt like my body was just really inflamed, especially in my midsection. And so I started doing my research like most of us do, went on Google. And I actually got freaked out because I thought I had like stomach cancer and all this stuff, right? But what I did end up discovering is how our bodies are self-healers, and through fasting, you can actually heal your body, which is kind of crazy because we're not used to doing that. Like a lot of us aren't used to not eating for, long extended periods of time. So to make a long story short, extended fasting was what healed my gut issues at that point. And it's what introduced me to intermittent fasting. So that's kind of like what I've continued doing throughout the years now. Currently right now I'm doing a 16-8 because there are so many different styles of intermittent fasting. And I'll touch on that for you guys. But 16-8 basically just means 8 hours out of the day I eat and 16 hours fast. And I know that 16 hours sounds like a long time, but do keep in mind that more than half of that time we're actually sleeping. As a matter of fact, all of us actually intermittent fast when we sleep, unless you're like eating while you're sleeping. We all fast. It's just about extending it a little extra time that gives your body all the benefits. So the one thing that has made my life a lot easier has been tracking. So I actually use an application called Do Fasting. I'll actually leave it linked right here. It helps me track how long I've been fasting. So the time, I can log in my water intake, I can track my calories. It even has like a lot of meal ideas and even exercise ideas. So like it gives you like these little quick workouts that you can do at home. So it's been super, super helpful. I actually reached out to the brand and they're offering you a crazy discount, which is a 75% discount on all plans. So all their fasting plans, 75% off. And for the first 500 people that use Low Carb Love 10, you get an additional 10% off on top of the 75% off. So don't worry, I'll leave it linked in the description below for you so that you guys can download the app and take advantage of that. So tip number 2 are definitely the foods that you eat. So nutritious and like nutrient-dense foods are super important because they're gonna keep you from craving junk food. Protein is super, super important. Like that's probably the most important thing for me. If I start craving chips and cookies and like just like a lot of little junk food, I know that my body actually needs protein. But that's just because I've been doing this for so long and I'm kind of a little more in tune with my body. My number one thing that I start my day off with is bone broth. So I have my bone broth here. It's what I'm breaking my fast with today. Bone broth is super nutritious. It's full of collagen, it's full of protein. It's great for your gut health, for your gut lining. You can either make it or buy it, but drink it because it's definitely worth it. So many benefits on top of just for your skin, hair, nails, all of that good stuff. So bone broth is 100%. So chicken, steak, salmon, eggs, these are all really nutritious foods that are gonna keep you feeling nice and satiated throughout the day. So when you have a smaller eating window, you definitely want to focus on nourishing your body. And as a matter of fact, what I'm having for lunch today is just a really simple chicken salad. I like to add enough chicken that I'm not gonna feel hungry and kind of still have me picking, because I don't know if you're like that, but when I don't eat enough food, then I automatically like go and start picking at nuts and start picking at like my low carb crackers. And then next thing you know, you've had like an additional 700 calories in like a little teeny tiny amount of food. So I'm gonna make a super quick salad. I'm gonna show you, this salad is pretty much gonna hold me over until dinner. Tonight for dinner, I am having steak and veggies, but this is gonna keep me feeling nice and satisfied for about the next 5 hours. So let's make it really quickly. I'm gonna show you, and this is just an example of something that you can eat that's gonna like fill you up, because I know that sometimes that's a big problem, right? We stay feeling hungry and you're like, you just feel like you're on a diet, and you should never feel that way. Like my rule of thumb is like, never get up from the table if you're still hungry. So let's make it. I'm gonna show you and it's gonna be delicious. We're gonna add our salt and pepper. We're just going to lightly season it. Now we're just adding a homemade teriyaki sauce. So we're gonna start by adding our lettuce. Now I love red onion, as you can tell. I just feel like it adds so much to my salads. And then we have bell peppers. So we have red and yellow bell peppers. I love it to look colorful. I feel like the more colorful, the prettier it looks. And now we're just gonna add our chicken right on top. It's nice and saucy. And remember, I always love having a lot of protein so that it keeps me nice and full. And so now I'm just gonna finish it off with my dressings. I love a little spicy touch. So we're gonna do a little bit of sriracha and then a dairy-free Caesar dressing. So I'm just gonna drizzle the Caesar. This is like an Asian Caesar inspired salad. Then I'm just gonna finish it off with some sesame seeds. Guys, this would be perfect for lunch, dinner. I mean, take a look at this beauty. I feel like for me personally, I love having big meals. And so salads just really help with that because they make me feel nice and full. And then of course, always, I focus on my protein. So I kind of gauge myself. I don't really count calories. I don't count too much. I'm more on an like intuitive eating type of vibe right now. So I just kind of listen to my body. And in terms of like filling out the protein, I just make sure that I have a good amount of protein and that I know that I'm gonna feel nice and satisfied. So let's go in for the taste test. My third tip on how to lose weight while intermittent fasting is working out in a fasted state. So what that means, you basically haven't eaten anything before your workout. So for those of you that don't know what that really means, just to try to explain it as easy as possible, when you're fasting, your body burns off all your glucose, so all your sugar, carbs. And once your body burns through that fuel, the only other source that it has is your fat, so your fat stores. When you work out in a fasted state where you haven't put any calories into your body yet, it only has fat to burn. So when you go and work out, whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, however long, that period of time, it's burning all fat because that's the only energy source that it has at that moment to use as fuel. All right, guys, so I hope this video was really helpful. Let me know if you guys like videos like this where I just kind of share tips and tricks that have worked for me throughout the years. If you guys have any tips that you want to share with anyone, just comment down below. You know, people love to go through comments and you never know, you might be helping someone that's going through your same journey. Guys, thanks again for being here. I love you and I will see you on my next video. Mwah. Now I'm gonna go and enjoy my ensalada.